Good morning. I am here to do a free angel card reading for the month of November 2012. I'm doing it a couple days early. Today is October 28th. And I am using the Path of the Soul cards by Cheryl Lee Harnish. They're factual art. They're beautiful pictures. So I'm going to pull 3 cards and see what the energy for the month of November can offer us through the cards to assist us in our day-to-day life for the month. And these cards are a little different. As you'll see when I show you them. So the first card is number 38. Bit of a reflection this morning, sorry. There we go. So this card is about opening ourselves up. If you took a look, it looks like there's this person standing, arms out, legs out. The center chakra is very much open, expressing the power within us. So moving forward and allowing something new to release from us and stepping into our power can allow so many changes to happen in our life. Sometimes we stay in that one place where we feel safe, or we get used to the rhythm of our life. This is about moving past that and doing something just a little different. Don't go for a walk normally, go for a walk. If there's a job you want to apply for but you've been a little nervous about it, do it. The worst thing that could happen is you don't get the job. The best thing that could happen is you get the job. And that goes for relationships. If there's somebody out there that you'd like to go on a date with, ask them. The worst thing that could happen is they would say no. And you'd be exactly where you are now. But this is about not necessarily getting that date or getting that job. This is about giving yourself power again, about moving into a place where you can feel like you're doing what you need to move forward in your life. When we don't take these chances, we can just sit and do nothing in our life day after day and wonder why we're here. But I know even for myself, there's things that come up that make me a little nervous, and I have nothing to lose. So I just move forward into that energy and see where it takes me. And it has taken me to some amazing places that I'm really, really pleased that I've been able to do that. And it's also shown my children that they are also capable of moving into something that maybe be unknown. That it's no big deal if it doesn't happen. Okay, if it does happen, like, look at what wonderful things can happen when you take a chance. So the second card is an 8. 38 and now 8. Try and get that reflection out of there. But there we go. A little shaky this morning. It's cold here in Alberta. We got more snow overnight. It's about -7 Celsius, which would be probably 27, 28 degrees Fahrenheit. So there's a few things in this one. There's the person who's going along in life and having a good old time. But there's all these other things that are happening around him that he's not really noticing. I think it has to do with the cosmos. I don't think these are people that are influencing us outside of our lives. But when we decide to be happy in our own bodies, the cosmos, the universe, supports that. It brings in people to help continue that happy, joyful, blissful feeling that can take place inside of our person. And this really is interesting because it's like there's one person inside of another person in this card. So sometimes we need to dig a little deeper to find that wonderful place of bliss, of joy, of pleasure. And we sometimes get pulled outside of ourselves back into the real world where we're having to deal with the day-to-day stuff. So this card is more about connecting to that inner joy inside of you. Know where to find it so that you can connect to it during the day to bring that back into some of the chaotic part of your life that may be going on. Or maybe the humdrum part of your life that's going on. Whatever part of your life that is different than joy, learn how to bring that joy back in to balance things off. We talk about balancing things all the time, between work and family and play. But we also have to do that internally in our bodies because we do get caught up in the day-to-day life. I know I have a list of things I have to get done, but we have to take time within that day to balance our brain so it's not just spending all its time thinking. That some of that cellular memory that we're building day after day can have joy involved in it. So take a look inside of yourself, and if you need to, call on your spirit guides and your angels and ask them to help you find it if you can't get to that place where that is. Now sometimes it's easy to feel contentment, or it's easy to feel a sense of joy when we look at something. So we need to be able to bring that back into our body so we can feel it when we need it without having something else triggering that joy. We want to be able to more or less trigger it ourselves without some external interaction. So the third card is 1. Oh, lots of reflection. Sorry, guys. Across from my window today. So this card's quite interesting. It's like this is the world. Okay. See the world. Okay. And right there, see the face popping out of the world? And this is like the universe, cosmos. There's also a secondary face right there. It's a little darker. So this is like a rebirth. It almost looks like an egg opening up and 2 people coming out of that egg. So we have the bright, joyful color and we have the darker personality. And we need to have both of them in our life. We can't just live without with one without the other. We can't just be happy all the time. Because I don't think that's a truth. I think we can be joyful, but you have to make sure that that happy-go-lucky personality, if that is part of your personality, is coming from something that's real inside you. It's not coming from conditioning. So, for me lately, I have just come down from doing a lot of work. For the last 8 months, I've been at it every single day. And when I come down from that, and there's been joy in there, but not nearly as much as there should have been because I've been at work and balance needed to be found. But as I come down and start relaxing from that crazy period of my life, I should really be going on a holiday for a week is what I should be doing. But instead, I'm finding that there's little bits and pieces of me that just explode. Things like I went to mail a parcel the other day and I was told I couldn't use a certain type of box. It made no sense to me at all. It upset me. One, because I couldn't then send my parcel out when I wanted to, and two, the rule seemed ridiculous, and I have problems with rules that seemed ridiculous, and they couldn't give me a reason as to why this rule existed. But I find as I'm relaxing from a more stressful period in my life that these little emotions come out. So as these emotions come out, I need to be conscious to also allow joy to come out, and that has been happening as well. So I could have a moment of irritation and then a moment of absolutely pure and utter laughter directly after it. But it's about balancing these so they're not so irate on both sides. And I mean, life is going to be what life is. We can't have life being perfectly balanced because there'd be no excitement in it. But we need to be able to know where to find each of these things and how to control them when they happen so that they are allowing our personality and our being to be rewarded in some way. I didn't feel rewarded after I got upset with the postal worker about the box. I was still irritated, but I learned something from it. I learned that I need to be careful when I'm coming off a stressful period of my life about how I interact with other people. Because if I am upset about something, then I need to take a look inside about what that is. And all it is the old stuff that's coming off. All the tension that's been in my life for the last few months is starting to unravel. But it's coming out in not necessarily a nice way because it's affecting other people. So finding out what that is for you and how you can get past it, whether it's, exercise or meditation, maybe it's about going on a trip, where can you express those emotions the best way? And, sometimes we end up laughing at situations that maybe aren't funny. So that would be the other part of that dysfunctional emotion coming out and making our person feel uncomfortable in the situation. So, we want to step into our power. We need to move forward. Part of that is recognizing some of these emotions and some of these behaviors within our body, because when we recognize how this cycle works, and for me this is the first time I've noticed when I come off a stressful period the way I behave, it gives me power to know those answers and to gain another level of understanding about who I am and this journey I'm on, and being able to share this information with you if you don't already understand it in your own personality, or maybe give you an understanding about why other people are behaving the way they are, so you don't take those reactions personally. You can understand that their behavior is coming from something else and it's not directed at you. My behavior was not directed at the postal worker. It just happened to be she's the one who told me I couldn't do something. I don't like being told I can't do certain things that don't make sense. And so understanding where those emotions come from within your body, feeling them, whether they come from a place of hurt, or do they just come from something that's releasing from your body that's been held in there for a long time. And allow yourself to be reborn. Take it day by day. Allow yourself to grow into this blended personality of all that encompasses your person, and accept both sides of it. A few years ago, I never would have shared this story with you because it would have been too embarrassing. I would have been appalled of my behavior. But it's all about sharing and learning and understanding why people are behaving a certain way. So that is my reading for the month of November 2012. I hope it has helped you, and I'd love to hear back any feedback you have, any changes or enlightenment that this has helped. You can find more information about me at my website, www.healingpossibilities.com. And you can also find me Tuesday mornings at 10 o'clock Pacific time on the Voice America channel, 7th Wave. I have lots of good programming happening this month, so I hope you join me then. Thanks.